Hello my friends, how are you all doing? I'm doing very well. It is June the 20th of 2021. Okay, so this video is about one of my all-time favorite albums, and that's this album right here. This is Morningrise by Opeth. Okay, so for those of you who aren't too familiar with Opeth, Opeth is a progressive metal slash progressive rock band. They are from Sweden. They formed in 1990 and they are still active. Okay, and the album Morningrise was released on June the 24th of 1996 on Candlelight Records. It contains 5 songs and it's approximately 1 hour and 6 minutes in length. Okay, and the lineup in this album is Mikael Åkerfeldt on guitar and vocals, Peter Lindgren on guitar, Johan de Farfalla on bass, and Anders Nordin on drums. Okay, so the first thing that I want to mention is the absolutely beautiful album cover. Okay, so I really love that scenery on this album. Alright, just an absolutely gorgeous album cover. Okay, so yeah, great cover. Alright, so the production on this album is actually pretty good. It's very warm sounding, has sort of like an analog type of feel to it. I don't know the details about the recording of this album, but it sounds very good. It's not overproduced, but it's still very clear. All the instrumentation is very audible. Alright, so this album is basically like a mix of like melodic death metal with dark acoustic folk music, progressive rock, and it does contain some elements of black metal as well. Okay, the songs on this album are very epic. All these songs are very lengthy. In fact, all the songs are at least 10 minutes in length, and also one of the songs is about 20 minutes in length. Okay, all these songs employ unconventional song structures. There's just so many different changes within these songs. It's very dynamic. It just takes you on an incredible journey, these songs. Okay, this is a very dark sounding album, very melancholic. Okay, there's quite a bit of atmosphere on this album. It's a fairly atmospheric sounding album, so it definitely creates that sort of black metal type of feel. All right, very melodic. Yeah, this is a very melodic sounding album. Lots of very melodic sounding riffs, lots of twin guitar harmonies employed here, lots of very heavy riffs as well. All right, also quite a few nice acoustic interludes present on this album. Okay, the bass playing is just phenomenal. Johan de Farfalla just did an incredible job with his bass playing. His bass playing is so unique, and how he works around the guitar lines, he just did a phenomenal job. And his bass, or the bass, is also very prominent within the mix on this album. Yeah. Unfortunately, he left the band, or was kicked out of the band after the making of this album, but he did a great job with his bass playing on this album. Yeah, so the drumming is also very good. Anders Nordin, he was the drummer on this album. I believe he played on the first 2 or 3 Opeth albums. Such a great drummer. His drumming on this album is just incredible, so creative, so much variation going on. And the drum sound is also very good. Yeah, I really enjoy that drum sound. Michael's vocals on this album are just phenomenal, very raspy sounding, have a slight black metal feel to his vocals. He does have his clean vocals here as well, very dark and very moody sounding clean vocals. Yeah, just such a great vocalist. Really appreciate Michael's vocals. Okay, so this album just takes you on this incredible journey. It almost feels like you're out in nature, out in the woods. It just creates that sort of feeling of being isolated within the forest. Great album to listen to if you decide to go for a walk through a forest. Yeah, it just creates such an incredible mood and atmosphere, this album. All right, so yeah, just an absolute masterpiece of an album. All right, I just enjoy this album so much. I've had this album since I was 16 years of age. This was the first Opeth album that I ever purchased, and I just love it so much. I still listen to it pretty regularly. Yeah, just enjoy this album so much. Yeah. All right, so some of my favorite songs on this album would have to be Advent, The Night and the Silent Water, and To Bid You Farewell. Okay, so that is my review of Morningrise by Opeth. Alright, so I highly recommend this album. If you haven't heard it, definitely check it out, and I would suggest picking up a copy of it as well. Yeah, so like I said, this is an album that I've been listening to for a long time. I really enjoy Opeth's early to mid period. I'm not really a fan of their more recent albums, but I really enjoy their early to mid period. Okay, so yeah, Morningrise, great album. Definitely check it out. All right, it's an absolute masterpiece. Okay, so I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I want to say thanks to all the people who watch my videos and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Okay, take care, my friends. Cheers.